It's a lot. Okay. Galatians. There we go. Galatians 3 and 9. So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them. But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of the Most High. It is evident, for the just shall live by faith.
The just shall live by.
And that's what you tried to tell the nigga over there at IUIC when we confront them,
right.
And they tried to twist it and say that we were saying that you don't have to do the work of the law, or should I say you ain't supposed to keep the law. That's not what we were saying. We were saying that you're supposed to have faith. That's how you're gonna be saved, but you gotta have works and with faith. And they think that just doing the works is just keeping the law. It's not about just keeping the law. It's about being obedient to the Heavenly Father, man.
Spirit.
To the Spirit, man.
Yeah.
And not just about the law. You're not keeping the law. None of you can say that you're keeping the law, man. You break one, you break them all, man. So you can't boast and act like you really keeping the law, man. You're not keeping the law, man. So that makes you a fucking hypocrite when you say up and down that you're keeping all the laws, man. You're not. As long as we in this flesh, we in captivity, you are not keeping the law, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. We say it all the time, man. We cannot stress it, man. We try to keep the law to the best of our ability. Try to do it to the best of your ability. Keep what you're able to keep. That's what we say, man. We don't put on Israel, keep all the laws, keep all 613 laws, man. We know you can't do that, man. And if you saying that you can do that, then you saying that you're on the level of Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
You saying that you are on his level, man. And that's how them niggas over there at IUIC, that's how they feel, man. Or at least that's what Nate's bitch ass is feeding his men. But all you want to talk about is fringes. There's way more than just fringes. The law is way more than just the fringes, you niggas, man.
First dude, they didn't. We could find out that first dude so cold they didn't even put his footage up.
Yeah,
first speaking, they just skipped his whole part.
Yeah.
You know, because he said you can wear your beard. Say you wearing your beard? Here's all I can grow. Okay, confounded. Okay, so what about your fringes? How come you don't have your fringes? Well, we got our fringes. You're not wearing them. So we put them on when we get past that.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Let me hit these two real quick, because this ties into the flesh and God all of it. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9 says, this is what I did when we got to it. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith.
That's right.
And that not of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High, not of works, lest any man should boast.
And those guys, that's exactly what Nate and them is doing, man. They boast in the law.
Boast in the works of the law.
Right.
Instead of...
You could try to proclaim or portray that you're keeping all the laws in the world, but if you ain't right in the spirit, you ain't gonna make it, man. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna be destroyed, man. You could perpetrate that you're holier than thou because you claiming to keep the law and you trying to teach everybody else to keep all the laws. Yeah, you're supposed to keep the law, but that alone is not what saves you, and that's what we was trying to say. Now that nigga, that demonic ass, bitch ass nigga, Bullwinkle, man. Well, I'll recall with it. I don't even like calling him that. You know, that wicked ass nigga tried to put up a video and soundbite us and twist it by having us as if we speaking evil or wicked of the law, man.
Right.
and he tried to edit the video when everybody could go to the actual video and see the whole conclusion of the matter, man.
And in the very beginning, right before he tried to use the real part, when the guy was asking the question, the question was already being answered.
Yep.
And the real answer was right there in that first 2 seconds. The real answer was answered, but all you can try to almost hit was the question. But then after that, it says, so the law don't save you? No. You know, but what did that just say? Well, we got more on that. Hold on. I got another one right quick. Real quick, let me read this. James chapter 2, verse 10. It says, for whosoever shall keep, this is for them, keep the whole law and yet offend or stumble in one point, he is guilty of all. So y'all ain't stumbling nowhere in the law? That's the question. I wrote that in, I highlighted that in purple. So y'all ain't keeping the law? Y'all keeping the law perfectly? You can't keep it perfectly in captivity.
Exactly.
Now the point I wanted to bring out was verse 14.
And also, it's a lot. And you got to understand, when Paul wrote this, he was writing it to the Israelites who came off from being Hellenized, man. Jake was already off into the Greek customs. They was captured by under Esau, man. So when Paul was writing to them, Paul had to address them, and he couldn't put the law on them. You know, he couldn't basically just shove the law upon him like that, man. It was a process. When you convert into this, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have faith to come into this first.
Yeah.
Then you work that process of starting to keep the law, you know? But it's a process, man. You're not gonna do this overnight. And that's what Paul was trying to do with the Israelites that were scattered throughout those regions, whether it be Rome, Galatia, you know,
Greece,
Asia Minor. That was what was going on, man. You know, but the law itself, you supposed to keep it. But that's what Yahweh Shai came here for, man.
Yep.
Now we under Him now, man. So now we gotta follow the Spirit, and we gotta constantly have faith. That's what this grace period is about, man.
You got a question?
You got a question? Yeah, we just been pushing the word. What you had, bro?
I had right here.
After that, I got something.
All right, and then we're gonna go. I got something else that ties. It actually ties what you just said.
Okay.
Back in about the point of Yahweh Shai and Amos 7 and 8,
Okay.
the end of 7. So after what you got with the this is back in James chapter 2 verse 12. So speak ye and do so, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. Right? Because right now we do have grace and liberty right now.
Yep.
But you also, that liberty is doing the right thing, and sometimes you have to make the hard decision. Or you don't have a choice, but you gotta do the wrong thing sometimes. You know? Because you can't keep it perfectly every time. But that liberty is the same thing within you to know if you're doing it sincerely to the best of your ability.
Like the Sabbath, man. Yeah. It's wrong to have to, to go to work because you can't work on the Sabbath. But come on, man.
Yeah.
What do you end up doing? What do you end up doing anyway? If you got a job, what do you end up doing anyway on the Sabbath? You gonna take your ass to work, man.
Yep. Now that's like this. Who has a job, that can change in Israel, that of those that know that have the word, of the circumcision, that can change their off days as they see fit.
Exactly.
Not many brothers can do it. All Israel can't do that.
No, they're in no position.
As the new moons change, most can't change their off days, and that's just the reality of it.
That's right.
And
that's probably why you niggas want to push for Saturday being a Sabbath so bad, because a lot of you niggas don't have to work on Saturday. So that's bullshit,
so it looks
man.
like you keeping the law better.
Right. It's easier for you.
So speak ye, and so do, and they shall be judged by the law of liberty. Let me read 13. There's a little more after that. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy. There showeth no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Now, right? Because you got to have mercy. The Most High will give you mercy because He understands you can't keep the law perfectly in this life, in this captivity right now. But you got to do the best of your ability. Now, you try to tell people keep the law, but you sitting up there breaking laws. But you try to paint yourself as if you keeping all the laws perfectly.
Man.
That's why you twist these scriptures up to be like
Exactly.
that. So it looks like you're doing what you say, and you're not a hypocrite.
They forgetting that we only practicing right now.
Right.
We gonna be keeping the laws perfectly when we in the kingdom, man. You know? We gonna be keeping it perfectly in the kingdom, man. Right now, what we have to do is go by the Spirit like we've been reading to you, man.
Yep.
Just follow the Spirit, man.
But you gotta have the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
The spirit of Christ ain't.
The spirit of Caesar and shit.
Yeah.
They talking about the spirit of Caesar and shit.
Let me get this right quick. Verse 14. This is my point right here. It says, it's a little bit down. It says, "What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him?" This is the whole battle or argument that we was having, right? "If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye shall give them not those things which are needful to the body, what do it profit?"
Hey, like you're saying, like if a person is starving and you tell them, hey man, just go and eat. Go and be filled. Go and get full.
Yeah.
But you didn't give him nothing to eat.
Yeah.
What purpose is that? Why would you even say something like that to a person if you ain't gonna help them out in that particular situation?
Because that's what y'all are doing. Hey, go do the law, go do the law. But see, the difference is you're supposed to be building up their faith.
Yep.
You're building up their faith so they can do the law to the best of their ability.
Yep.
You know, and not pointing the finger at them when they don't keep the law 100%. But you gotta remind them, hey, to show your faith, you gotta practice this law, man. You gotta do it to the best of your ability. A little bit more. It says, "Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone."
Yep.
And that's what we was trying to tell you, but you want to cut us off in the middle of our speech and say we cutting you off in the middle of yours, being a hypocrite about it. It says, "Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works." That's what the conversation was, right? "Show me thy faith without works." And I think that's what he was saying. And what
I will show you faith by my works.
And I will show thee my faith by my works.
Exactly.
That's the difference of what we were saying. That literally was in my mind the whole, probably both were in the spirit. That's what was in the spirit the whole time we were speaking. We're not sure what spirit you was in. But that's what we were thinking. Yeah, that was all of that.
This is Romans 3:20. "Therefore, by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. But now the righteousness..."
Catch that, right? So by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Yep.
You know, we being ignorant was an all right thing for a while. You know, like if you didn't know right from wrong, how could there be a wrong or a right? You know, so there was not really a wrong if we didn't know that there was a wrong or a right. But now that we have it, because basically what I'm saying is the law makes you choose a side of the fence to walk on. Now you have a choice of being on the right side or on the wrong side. You know, and that's what the law does to you. But the law, when you keep it in the spirit, keeps you on the right side. You know, that's the difference. That's what you're not saying. You're saying just keep that. So people being weak of the flesh will just start doing stuff on the wrong side sometimes, just with that contrary spirit.
But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of Yahweh, which is by faith of Yahweh Shai unto all
faith
and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High.
And now what we just read over here,
we all, hey, you know.
You're not keeping it perfect, man. Don't harp so much about keeping it perfectly when you can't keep it perfect.
Exactly.
But show
and if you say that you ain't breaking the law, you a liar, man.
Yeah.
You niggas, y'all get shape ups, man.
Yeah.
And then we confounded that first nigga because And notice that when we confronted them on that, they didn't bring no scripture out, because usually they would to justify that madness, but it already got cut through other brothers in the spirit, man. But I called him out. I was like, man, you got dudes in your congregation, you getting on us about the French thing, but you got dudes in your congregation that still lining their beards up. And he was like, brother, we trim our beards. I was like, nah.
No, it's a difference.
It's a difference.
Trimming is just lowering the length of it.
I was like, you guys are lining. I said, you guys are lining your beards up. And he like, no, brother, we trim it. I was like, no, it's not lined up. We trim it. I was like, it's different, man.
Yeah, it's a difference. Trimming just cutting it down for what it is. See all this jagged edge all on my forehead right here? Part of a widow peak and whatever the fuck else? That's not getting lined up. That's trimmed here, but not touching this. You know, now there is a way to do it kosherly where you ain't messing up the follicles growing out of your scalp, where you just cut the edges of the hair and it looks like a lineup, but it's really not. Right. For brothers that's in the know and know how to get down with them clippers. You know, but for y'all that don't, yeah, you don't use the razor, you use the scissors at the edge. But anyway, for the other brothers that don't know what they're doing, hey man, just leave that the hell alone, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
For all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Exactly. Y'all ain't keeping it perfect, man. So back up off of that and find ways to build them up to keep more of them. Like tell them, hey, start reading the nutritional facts. Start looking for gelatin in certain things. Find out if it's pork gelatin, if the enzymes are beef or pork or what type of a vegetable or something. If start looking into these, build their faith up by having them start looking into.
They gotta build it up first, man.
Yeah,
before they take that extra step.
Trying to get a newborn baby,
a man,
to start running.
Like the elder said, when a man first come in, he gotta build his face up. His first year in, he can't come to the Passover, man. He ain't been fully built up yet to be able to attend a solemn assembly like that, man. But IUIC, they harp on the law so hard that they will probably have you your first year coming in. Hey brother, you need to come to the Passover. You know what I'm saying? They'll have a newcomer at the Passover, man. You know?
Which is not right, man.
That's not cool, man.
You can't give a baby strong meat, man, or strong drink. You gotta start them with that milk, and they build up from that milk to a little bit of water to a little bit of bread and all the way up. Yep. You got it, but it's
the same thing with this law, man.
Right.
Some people have, like the whole topic today was the lust of the flesh, and it's warring against your spirit. You gotta think about these jakes, man, in the world, man. They flesh is what's getting the best of them. Yep. So it's gonna be hard for them to come up out of that fleshly state to come into the spirit, man. Right. It's gonna be hard coming up out of that, man. It was hard for us, but the Most High put the spirit on us to awake out of it. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua for taking us out. But you can't just push the log down a random Jake's neck, man. Yep. You can't do that, man. Now we supposed to tell them, yeah, you're supposed to keep the laws, but they need to hear this word and build their faith up first, man.
Yeah, always cussing a brother out is not always the first response all the time.
You rebuke the shit out of them after they know, man.
Right. And still don't do right. Like, man, you been here 2 weeks, man. I see you still got that lineup on your beard, man.
Right.
Fuck. Then you get on their head about it. Or why you all cut up nice like that? Why you eating a ham sandwich right now in my face, man? You should know better by now. We told you last week or whatever. You know better.
Let me jump to verse 27. It says, where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law? Of works? Nay, but by the law of faith. Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Is he the power of the Jews only? Is he not also of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles also. Talking about the Israelites that were being Hellenists, man.
Had on the customs of the heathens.
That's right, man.
That they lived.
Once they had faith, they was already justified, man. Without the deeds of the law, man. Cornelius was probably another one, man.
Yep. The centurion.
That didn't stop Cornelius. Con. That didn't stop, right? The centurions, right?
Yep. That had the servant that needed.
They had faith.
Right.
He said, and Yahweh Shai told him,
He had not
I didn't even
seen
see not the same type of faith in Israel, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And he wasn't saying that. That's talking about those that knew they were Israelites.
Right. That's who he was getting
That
on.
man was an Israelite.
Right. And he was probably talking about Nate and them guys back then, because they don't go by faith. They have some against faith-based Israelites.
Right.
You know.